Hello, today I will be talking to you about the Aleutian Island chain in Alaska. Hope you can see my PowerPoint here. There's my outline. First I'll be talking about their location, then what is going on with the subduction in this area, and then I will be going on to the trench and island arc, and the volcanoes, and finally ending with earthquakes in this region. So the location is north of the Pacific Plate on the North Atlantic Plate. It is in a subduction zone, and it is at the northernmost part of the Ring of Fire, which is basically a line of volcanoes all the way around the Pacific Plate. It separates the Pacific Ocean from the Bering Sea, and it is right here. So what's going on here with the plates? Basically, the denser Pacific Plate is being subducted under the less dense North American continental plate. It's subducting at a 45-degree angle at about 6 to 8 centimeters per year in the eastern portion of this, and then on the western portion, the plates slide past each other more than subduct, so there's less volcanic activity on the western portion of the island. These islands meet up with the coast of Alaska, and there is a volcanic range on the mainland as well, but those are no longer active volcanoes. So the trench that forms is this dark blue here at the bottom. This is the line between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. So the volcanic islands are actually on the North American Plate, and the trench is the line delineating. So the trench is to the south of the islands. And the trench is 22,000 miles long. It is as deep as 25,000 feet, and it is about 50 to 100 miles in width. So a pretty big trench here. Not the deepest in the world, but still pretty deep and long. Next we'll talk about the island arcs. The island arc. It's made up of 69 islands, 14 of which are volcanically active, the rest of which are inactive islands, volcanic islands. And then it meets up with the coast here, and then the volcanic, extinct volcanic island or mountains are over here. So there are 80 volcanoes, 41 of which are still active. They are all stratovolcanoes, which means that their magma is very viscous, so it gets clogged at the top and causes very violent explosions whenever it does go off, often leaving a caldera where the magma chamber has completely erupted and the sides of the volcano have collapsed in on itself. These mountains are very symmetrical, conic shapes, and the islands that are formed by them are very hard to reach because the coast just goes straight up to the volcano, and it's very hard to settle there. That's why these volcanoes haven't been studied as much as some other volcanoes like in Japan or the Philippines, because there aren't very many people living here. Also, when these volcanoes erupt, they cause pyroclastic flows and lahars from the snow caps at the top of the mountains melting, and a mudslide just goes down and wipes everything out. Yes, like I said, there's very few people living here, so not too much studied with these volcanoes until recently. Another thing that happens in this area is earthquakes. So along the subducting plate, as it's going down, the earthquakes start getting deeper as you go more to the north. One earthquake in particular I'd like to talk about is the earthquake of 1964. It happened 25 kilometers below the surface in the Prince William Sound region of Alaska. Let's see, go back to that one. So here, in the fault zone that is created by these plates hitting each other, it caused 131 deaths and created local tsunamis that wiped 100 feet up the coast and washed away a bunch of homes, destroyed other homes in landslides, and just like a really bad earthquake. It's the second largest earthquake ever recorded, the largest one in the U.S. though. And once this happened, we started sending a lot of geologists and what's the name? Earthquake geologists to the region to figure out if this was going to happen again or what exactly was going on. It lasted for about 4.5 minutes, and the ground deformation is larger than any other earthquake we've ever seen. Yeah, and so that is a bonus picture of me whenever I went to Alaska. I was about to go on a whitewater rafting trip, and yeah, it's pretty fun. Thanks for listening. Oh yeah, we're excited.